Welcome back, guys, to part 2 of my video series of why I got fired from my employer, which I've been employed by for over 7 years. If you haven't watched part 1, I'll suggest you start there and then you come to this video so that you'll understand where the story began. And now this is just part 2, the progression of part 1. In part 1 ended with me, it ended in 2022 when I concluded that I'm not going to survive another year with the company. I'm probably going to get fired before the beginning. I'm probably going to get fired in the middle of the following year, which is 2023. I concluded that I need to start a side hustle that's going to replace my salary, my income from my current employer. I had to think long and hard because we were closed for the festive season of 2022. My company was closed because we usually close on the 15th, and my therapist had gone for holiday, so I had all the time to think. Now the dilemma now I was faced with is, which side hustle am I going to start that doesn't require low capital requirement or no capital requirement at all, and it's not going to consume a lot of my time because I need to be able to do it while still employed, because I'm not going to be only doing it during the holidays when I'm closed. Even when I open for work, I need to be able to still do my side hustle. And fourthly, it must have the potential to make me a lot of money and replace my current salary. So yeah, those were the 4. After a long thought, I then concluded that I remembered that I started a blog. Actually, I started 2 blogs in I started a blog in 2016 or 2017, but then I stopped doing it because I didn't know much about blogging, and I only thought that the only way to make money through blogging was through AdSense, Google AdSense. So after I did a couple of articles on the blog and I tried to apply for Google AdSense and they rejected me, and then I thought, okay, that's the end of it. There's no other way to make money with a blog, so I stopped blogging. This time around in 2022, I said, let me just revisit my old blog, which I last did in 2017 or 2016. And when I logged into my WordPress blogging account, and I realized, wow, my 2 blogs that I started in 2016 and 2017, they were actually getting traffic, and it was like a good amount of traffic for the articles that were there. Because I did a finance blog and a technology blog. The finance blog had about 30 articles or more, and the technology blog had like about 60 or 70 articles. So they were getting traffic. So I decided I'm going to focus on one blog. I chose the tech blog, and then I took down all the old articles and started publishing new refreshed articles. I started the blog on the 23rd of December, just 2 days before Christmas, and then I was just working throughout the holidays. I would wake up in the morning and just do the blog until in the evening, and then I'll go to sleep. That's all I did. All I did was just the blog. Fast forward, we open at work in January 15 January 2023, and then I started. Now I couldn't do the blog. I couldn't spend my whole day doing the blog. I had to also do my employer's work. So what I did, I divided my time. I said I will do 8 hours of blogging and 8 hours of my employer's work, which meant I woke up at about 5 or 6 latest. Then for 2 hours from 6 to 8 I'll do my blogging, and then from 8 to about 3 or 4 I'll do my employer's work, and then from 4 to about 9 in the afternoon, in the evening, I'll do my blog, and then that's it, and then I'll sleep. And then on January, okay, and then we started February, and then I was like, let me start a YouTube channel, because I saw people were making money through YouTube. I had a YouTube channel and my blogging. I started this YouTube channel last year in February, and my goal was to post a video every day on the YouTube channel, and also just try to do an article a day on my blog, and also do my employer's work. I had to divide like these 8 hours among those 3 things. In the morning, I'll still wake up at about 6 for 2 hours, do my blogging until 8, and then from 8 to 3 o'clock I'll do my employer's work, and then from 3 to 6 I'll do YouTube for 3 hours, and then from 6 to 9 I'll do the blogging, and then I'll eat, bath and sleep. Yeah, and that was my schedule for the half of 2023. I was like working like crazy. All I did was work. So that was my schedule, right? And then I got burnt out on YouTube because it became too much. I wasn't sleeping anymore. I was doing too much work. I decided to stop YouTube. I think I stopped posting on the YouTube channel. I stopped, and I just decided to focus on my blog, on my technology blog, and my employer's work. And another thing that happened in June or July, we had a management shift. Our team got a new boss because our old boss got a new position. We got a new boss, and the new boss wanted to shake things up because he wanted us to feel that new management is in town. Things need to change. He assessed all our performance, and he said some of us are not performing to the company standards, so that's about to change. All those who are not performing up to company standard, they should move back to the office full time, and that was me. I had to move back to the office full time, travel to the office every day. My time with the blog had to be cut down because I had to wake up and commute for about an hour and a half to get to work and start working. And then I couldn't carry 2 laptops to work so that I could do my blog. I'll do my employer's work and then come back at about 4 or 5 in the evening at home, and then start working on the blog from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 until 9 o'clock. But then again, I wasn't improving, although I was back in the office full time, because now my attention is divided. I'm doing the blog this side, and I'm doing my employer's work, and I wasn't working any overtime. And if you've been employed by the big 4 companies, big 4 auditing firm, you know the amount of work that comes with it, and you need to put in some overtime to cover most of your work. So I wasn't doing my overtime. I was just giving them my 8 hours, and then after that I'll close my work laptop, and then I'll go home, get to my blog and start doing my blog. So the new boss realized that my performance wasn't improving, so he said he's going to put me in a performance management program, right? That I can just try to improve my performance. The performance management program meant that every 3 months I'll have a meeting with my supervisor, my HR manager, HC, and then we will discuss my performance and see if I hit the company standards. If I haven't, then they can just suggest, give me ideas how I can improve. So yeah, I got into performance management program in July. It was July, August, September. I had my first meeting. My performance improved, but didn't meet all the company standards. But they said, since I'm improving, we're going to give you another 3 months. But the thing is, after the meeting, I felt like this is no longer for me. I was exhausted. I felt like resigning, to a point where I would go to my draft emails, look at my drafted email, my resignation email, and think twice or a couple of minutes and think of sending it, but end up not sending it. Then it was September, the first meeting. October, November, December, I had my second meeting, and my performance was worse than before. Mind you, I'm still blogging, and in December my blog turned 1 year, and the traffic on it kept on increasing every month. I had my second meeting in December, and my performance was the worst. It was bad, to a point where after the meeting I still felt like resigning, because I wasn't giving it my all on my job. I was more focused on my side hustle, although it wasn't making me any money, but it was just exciting to work on it. In December 2023, I finished the year with the company again, and to my surprise, I was really surprised, because I thought I wasn't going to finish 2023 still working for the company. They were going to try to get rid of me in some sort of way. But I guess it's a process that takes a while, But I knew during December time that I'm not going to survive the following year, which is this year, 2024, right? So in December, all I did was like work on my exit strategy and how I'm going to start making money. I didn't do any family gatherings. I didn't do any friends gatherings. All I did was just work on the blog, although we were closed. My company was closed, but I was working on my side hustles of January. But then I took extended leave because I still wanted to work on the blog. I opened on the 15th of January. I worked January and the whole of February. At the end of February, we had my third meeting. And on my third meeting, still there was no improvement on my performance. And then the HC manager, human resources, they said to me, okay, Pilar, since you're not improving, we need to now include on our next meeting external people like the Department of Labor, lawyers from Department of Labor, or a representative from Department of Labor. So it was going to be me, my supervisor, the HR manager or HC manager, and then Department of Labor representative. I realized that, okay, I'm not going to last, and it surely was getting to a point where it wasn't. I was very irritated by it. I was irritated by the meetings, and everything that were being said in the meeting. So after the meeting, immediately after the meeting, I went to my draft email. And this email has been in my draft for more than 2 years now. I looked at the email and I spent about 5 minutes looking at the email. I updated it and pressed send. And when I pressed send, I felt like a weight has been lifted off my shoulder. After the meeting, I sent the email to my supervisor and I CC'd the HR manager. Immediately, it took about 5 to 10 minutes, and my supervisor called me and she was like concerned. Why are you resigning? Do you have a job lined up? Please don't resign, think about it. I'm going to give you about 24 hours. I'm not taking your resignation. You know, I feel like you still have a lot to offer the company. And then the moment she said that, I just stopped her and I'm like, thank you for giving me the 24 hours, but I don't think I do need the 24 hours because I've thought about it. It's been in the making for a very long time. I don't need the 24 hours. My mind is made up. I am leaving the company. But then she said, I understand, but I'm still giving you the 24 hours. Think it over. I think you are just angry because of the meeting we just had. Just cool down and think things over and then get back to me after 24 hours. And then I was like, okay, it's fine. I sent my resignation letter on the 28th. Yeah, it was 28th of Feb. The next day, on the 29th of Feb, I woke up at about 8 o'clock. I sent a follow-up email and I confirmed that I am leaving the company. And then she was like, okay, Pilar, if that's what you want, then it's okay. That's it, guys. That's the story. That's how I got fired, basically. Well, it's not being fired per se, but you know what I mean. I resigned because I knew where it was going. I saw where it was going, and I just didn't want to go through the long process of going to labor, because the reason they couldn't fire me immediately was because we have strict labor laws in South Africa. You can't just fire someone. You know, you need to go to due process and do everything according to the law, so that when you fire that person, you have all the evidence and say, this is what we tried helping them and nothing worked. So yeah, that's why we feel like this was our last resort. And that's why they even said on our fourth meeting they were going to include a representative from the labor department. I think that's when they were going to represent their evidence, because I feel like the performance management program was just a program to collect evidence for the past 6 months, collect evidence that they've tried everything to help me improve, but I still wasn't. They have no other choice. That's why I decided to just resign, you know, just make it easy for them. Anyway, guys, that is my story of the video, my video series of why I got fired. I know that topic saying why I got fired when I resigned, but I've already explained why I said why I got fired. So my next video, guys, is going to be what's next now that I'm unemployed. I have no income, none of my side hustles are making money, and I'm back on YouTube full-time, and this is my third video since I'm back on my YouTube channel. So yeah, it's going to be a breakdown of how I'm going to try and survive and make money, and just try to replace my salary from my employer, because none of my side hustles are currently making an income. I just want my journey so that when I finally make it, I am able to look back and say, oh, this is where I started, you know, and just be able to say, look back. This documentation is more for me than for anyone else, but I to share the journey with you guys. And if you wanna be a part of this journey, please do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, so that you get notified on my next video, where I'll be going into details. How am I going to survive? How I'm going to make money? So thank you for tuning in. Until next time, peace out.